Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rosa. I live on San Miguel Island, and here on San Miguel Island, they don't sell autumn decorations because it's not a season that we celebrate. So I have to make my own. And I'm starting off by making a wreath. And we do have the wreath forms. I didn't know about it when I made this video. This video is from last year. So I'm just reposting it on my channel because not a lot of people have seen it. But I just showed you a picture of an example of a styrofoam wreath form. We do have it on one store at least, I know for sure. But like I said, at the time I didn't know, so I was just making do with what I had, and that was just like the styrofoam from my crock pot, and I was shaping it into the right shape. Now, when you don't have the things that you need, you just make do, and it's not going to stop you from creating, is it? So this is a different day. I'm still shaping, and then I go ahead and pour all of my corks out on the table, and I'm going to glue them onto the styrofoam wreath form with my glue gun. With the glue, hot glue. That's the best way to glue these onto the wreath form. Just going to fill it up until there's no more space, and I try and fill up the gaps as good as possible as I can, but there are some gaps that I'm not able to fill, and I'll show you later how I fill them, or I'll tell you about it once I'm at that part. So there we are, finishing up the wreath, and there you go, nice and covered. It's really heavy, surprisingly. So these are the things that I used to decorate my wreath form. I picked out some beads that were autumn color. I had these little small pine cones. If I had acorns, I would have used acorns, but I didn't at the time. And I picked up these orange florals that I could find. There's not much we can find here, so I had to make do with what I could find. And this ribbon. I bought orange and brown ribbon. And so what I'm going to start with is where I'm going to tie it. So I already tied it with some twine, so it's going to be hung with the twine. Over top of that twine, I'd added the ribbon, and I couldn't find any ribbon that was thicker than this one at the time, but it's okay. It turned out really beautiful. I had no problems with this ribbon, and actually I think this is one of my favorite autumn decorations that I've made. So just keep watching, you guys will see how pretty this one turned out. So the ribbon looks really nice. I think I ended up gluing something in the middle of that ribbon, but we'll see later because I can't remember. Next, I'm starting to glue on the pine cones. I wanted to start with the bigger things first and then go on with the smaller things because I like to use the smaller things to fill in the gaps. And the pine cones, I had to remove some of the corks to add some of them in since the pine cones were a little bit bigger than some of the corks. Next, I went in with my flowers, and I think I used a couple of the leaves as well. Filling in those gaps once again, spreading them out throughout the wreath. I actually took advantage of the stems to stick into the styrofoam, and that way they were in more secure. The leaves then I just glued on with the hot glue, using some tweezers to help me stick them in between the corks. You'll see in a second it's going to look very nice, very full with these flowers. Even though these aren't actually fall flowers, the color is beautiful and it makes me feel like I'm looking at an autumn wreath, so it wasn't that bad actually. After the flowers, I added in all of my beads. I went from biggest to smallest once again, and then in the end, after adding all my beads, I grabbed little bits of ribbon and I stuck them in the holes that I feel like were too gappy, that you could see the styrofoam. And that way it made everything closed off and beautiful. Here is the finished product, you guys. I really love the way that this wreath turned out. It is one of my favorite creations that I've made to this day, especially because, like I said, it's so hard to find autumn decorations. It's almost like it doesn't exist here. People don't celebrate the change of the season, unfortunately, because the seasons don't change that much here on the Azores Islands. But this wreath, it came out beautifully, and it's a very heavy wreath. Unfortunately, I'm scared, like it will stay on the door. You just have to have something very secure to hold it up. My next craft is also made with corks. I actually make a lot of things with corks because I think it's pretty, and it's very rustic in my opinion. Oh, here you could see a cricket. I found a cricket inside the bag. So during this time of year, August, September, a lot of crickets start showing up everywhere because of the corn. And I live close by cornfields, so a lot of crickets show up in my house, unfortunately. And I don't know how they get in, but they get in. They find the tiniest holes and they'll get in. Anyways, I am building up my pumpkin. I started with a row of 4, then 5, then 6, and then I went back again down 5 and 4. And it's good that they are all the same size because it will make your pumpkin a little bit more straight. So here you can see I did the row 4, 5, 6, 5, and 4. And then the last one, I added on a cork on top to make the stem. And then this part here is optional. You can paint your pumpkin, or you can just leave it the natural color. Here, I was painting the leaves because I got these leaves from like some random flowers and I didn't have any fall colored leaves. So I just tried painting it, and the leaves are sucking the paint so much that it was hard to paint. I here chose to paint only a few of the corks. You can paint all of them, but I think it looks prettier this way. And then of course I colored the stem, and then I decorated it with the leaves and that little raffia that you see over there to make it a little bit more complete. This craft is very economic, budget friendly. It's beautiful, it's simple, it's easy. You could not ask for better. You can buy corks anywhere, but if you know someone who works at a restaurant, try asking them, because I get all my corks from my uncle. He works at a restaurant and he keeps the corks because, you know, they sell a lot of wine and they never throw out the corks, and I ask him for them and he always brings them for me. And then I make all these beautiful crafts. Look at how pretty. And then you can see the wreath in the background. I really like these decorations. Let me know what you think of them. Looking at this video right now, looking back, my wall is still pink, you guys. I had painted my wall after filming this video, and I am so grateful I painted it. Like, look at how bad this decoration looks with the pink wall. It just throws off the autumn. I'm so grateful that I painted it over. Okay, we're getting into the last decoration that I made last year for autumn, which was the autumn box, the autumn painted box that I painted. I just picked a saying and picked a drawing and I painted it. So I chose Hello Pumpkin, and I decided to paint a pumpkin on it and some leaves, and that was it. It's very simple but very cute. It serves as a sign and also as storage since it's a box. You could do this on a piece of wood. It doesn't have to be a box. You can do it on anything that you want. Just be creative. Just thinking about that, at the time that I filmed this video, I had no autumn decorations. So I had to make everything, and I only made these 3. We were going to the States that year, which was last year. So we were going to the States, and I was hoping to buy some autumn decorations, and I did. I bought only a little bit, and I regret not buying more. But these things that I made me so happy because finally I had a little bit of autumn inside of my house. You will not find one fake pumpkin at the stores, and you might find like the pumpkin pot or the pumpkin serving bowl, but it's gonna cost you a fortune. Yeah, trust me when I say it's gonna cost you a fortune. So I had so much fun shopping in the States for the autumn decorations. I have a few autumn pumpkins and some foliage, but I don't have much still. So I did make more autumn DIYs this year, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the new autumn DIYs coming up. This video will be it will be public first before the one that I filmed this year. So, like I said, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. This video is coming to an end. Let me know what you think about my DIYs from last year. Do you think that they are easy? Do you think that they are pretty? Let me know. What are your thoughts? Anyways, don't forget to hit the like button if this is the type of content that you like to watch. Comment down below anything that you want. I love speaking to you guys, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!